itinerary. And when we are talking about itinerary is simply a schedule, the total traveling schedule of a particular passenger. So from the departure to the arrival, all of the transiting times and everything that happens from the time a person departs from a certain airport or city and to the time he or she arrives at a particular airport or city or at a different airport or city is actually what is known as itinerary. So when we talk about ticketing is just the act of you validating, consolidating, or confirming or giving some form of authorization to that particular itinerary. And when we talk about itinerary, for instance, Lagos to Dubai is an itinerary because this person is leaving Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos and is arriving at an airport, sorry, a particular airport in Dubai. So that is an itinerary. And for all of those things to work now, the individual, the passenger must have his or her airline ticket validated. Because if you don't have a valid airline ticket, you will not be allowed to board at the terminal or when you get to the airport. So now when it comes to ticketing now, there are actually the following things that are to be remembered. One, there is a body that regulates ticketing, and that body is called IATA. So when you talk about ticketing cannot be complete without talking about the body that regulates IATA and that regulates ticketing or that regulates airlines and give airlines authorization to actually go about validating itineraries. So first, we'll be talking about the IATA, and after the IATA, we are going to look at GDS providers. Then after GDS providers, we are going to look at NDC and LCC because the new trend to ticketing today is the NDC and LCC. But first, let's talk about IATA. Now, IATA is International Airline Traveling Agency. It's actually the body that regulates airlines, traveling agents, and everything that has to do with traveling internationally. So when it comes to international traveling space, the body in charge of that is what? The IATA. So the IATA regulates, the IATA actually oversees activities related or relating to traveling from one destination, from one city to another city. So first is the IATA. So that is that for the IATA. So before you can actually start issuing tickets, either as a traveling agent or as an airline or whosoever, first you need an IATA license. If you don't have IATA license, you will not be able to issue tickets. Or if you get to issue tickets, it will just be considered a reservation and people will not be able to use that. People won't be able to use that to actually fly or board or move from one part to another. So I'll just take the time to just give us a piecemeal of what IATA is all about and everything that goes with the IATA. Now, at first I said IATA stands for International Air Transport Association. So that is the first thing that should be remembered. So when we talk about IATA, the first thing you should remember is IATA is International Air Transport Association. So it's actually a global trade association for the airline industry. So IATA is actually the body that regulates the entirety of the airline industry. And at the time, IATA represents around 290 airlines or 82% of the total air traffic. So talking about the generality of the word, IATA is actually the body that regulates the entirety of everything that happens in the airline industry at the time. And it was founded in 1945, April 1945 in Havana, Cuba. But currently, the current headquarters of IATA is Montreal, Canada, and it has its executive office in Geneva, Switzerland. So all of those things should be remembered because at the end of today's class, I'm going to be asking a few questions and people who are able to answer them are going to be getting a free white label. Yeah, they'll be getting a free transfer B2B white label. So that will actually enable you or empower you to start your own online traveling industry. So a bit now to some of the things you should get to put together, some of the things I'm saying now, because at the end of the class, I'll be asking some questions. Now, the main function of IATA is one, safety. So IATA oversees the general safety of both passengers, their luggages, the airlines, the auditing, and everything that has to do with safety in the traveling space. And that's the initiative of IATA to do that is what is known as the IOSA, which is the IATA Operational Safety Audit. So that is one of the main functions of IATA. And beyond that, also now, IATA also oversees the processes of simplifying ticketing. So from the time a passenger gets to buy ticket, the e-ticketing and all, IATA oversees all of them. So we might not go over all that IATA entails because we actually have a full-blown PDF on that. So which I believe at the end of today's section now, that PDF will be given out to all of the participants for free. So you're going to learn everything about IATA using that PDF. So the first approach now is before you can start ticketing, you need an IATA license. And there are varieties of the IATA license. The first variety of the IATA license is the IATA TIDS. And the TIDS at the time is one license we give to participants who actually go for our white label suite, which I'll be talking sooner in the nearest possible time. Now, beyond the IATA TIDS, we have the second version of the license, which is also known as the IATA Easy Pay or the IATA Go Light. So with the Easy Pay or the IATA Go Light, you'll be given the consolidating ability to issue your own tickets. But without much ado now, we have actually simplified the approach that you don't need IATA to actually consolidate your tickets today. Because we are holding a global IATA license, and with that license, we can empower anybody to issue tickets in their own business name. So the third phase to the license is the IATA standard. So the IATA standard actually enable you to issue your own ticket, and you can do that with a program called the BSP plan. So I think a bit about the IATA class will be coming up subsequently after this one, which I believe the organizers are going to put up so that each and every one of us will learn about the intricacies and some complexities that exist around traveling, like getting yourself registered for IATA, everything about e-visas and visa services, and other services like getting proof of funds, as well as insurance policies, and some susceptible immigration cover programs that you as an individual, as a traveling agency, or someone who wants to come into the traveling space can actually acquire. So all of that to be taught in a different class, which I believe the organizers will still give us the opportunity to attend. So now, but first, before you can consolidate tickets, you need to have an IATA license. So it's either you are having the IATA TIDS, or you are having the IATA Go Light or the Easy Pay, or you are having the IATA Standard, or you are holding the IATA Global. The IATA Global is the final of the license. That is the highest licensing consolidating ability of an agency or individual can hold, because that license enables you to issue tickets in any part of the world. Because if you are holding a Go Light or IATA Standard, you can only issue tickets from a particular jurisdiction. And at best, they are always known as SOTO. So you can actually issue tickets that are coming, ticket that the departure has to do from your base of registration. So for instance, if you get your company registered in Nigeria and you are holding an IATA standard license from Nigeria, you can only issue tickets that list any of the international airports within Nigeria. So for tickets that are coming from international airports outside Nigeria, you won't be able to issue them, because in that case now you are not holding the global license, because without the global license you can't issue both SOTO and SOTI. So when we talk about SOTO are outbound flight, while SOTI are inbound flight. And what do we mean by outbound flights? Outbound flights are actually flights that leaves a particular destination. So outbound flights are usually flights from your jurisdiction or your vicinity or your nationality of registration. So for instance, if you are holding an IATA standard license and you are registered in Nigeria, your IATA license is a Nigerian owned standard license, you can only issue tickets from any of the international airports in Nigeria or local or domestic airports in Nigeria. But when you are holding a global IATA license, you can actually issue tickets from any part of the world. For instance, you can issue tickets from Dubai to London. You can issue tickets from Toronto in Canada to even Sydney in Australia. Not necessarily ticket that has to come from any of the international local airports in Nigeria. So that is just a bit about the IATA. And subsequent before now, the IATA class has been given. So I believe the organizers will give us the privilege or the opportunity to take our own class so that we can actually be fully informed, developing mastery and becoming astute around the traveling space. Now, outside the IATA, there are still other agencies that are called the GDS. GDS are global distribution system. Just like when Mr. Steven asked his question that all along, for the few times he has been issuing tickets using Amadeus. So Amadeus is a type of a GDS provider. So GDS are wholesalers. So what do I mean by wholesalers? GDS are most likely or possibly individuals who have a standard license, and with that license now, they now start retailing air ticketing. Now, but before I go further into GDS, let me register this in our mind. The cost or the fare of every ticket is being determined by IATA and not the airline. So let's get that to heart. So the people or the body in charge of determining the fare or deciding how much a particular ticket should be sold is the IATA. So IATA are actually the manufacturers of the fares. So both airlines, GDS providers, and every other licensors get to buy the ticket from IATA. So when they buy the ticket or get the ticket from IATA individually, everybody goes back and starts adding their own markup, or they go back and start adding their own commission or inflating the price of the ticket. And that's more reason why you get to have FAMO agree with me that a ticket for Lagos to Dubai, you'll get to find out that different airlines sells differently, or all of the airlines have their own distinct price against the IATA price, because everybody gets the price from IATA. But when each airline goes back, Egypt Air sells differently at their own rates, Qatar sells differently at their own rates, Kenya Air, Air Peace, mention all of the airlines you can remember. All of these airlines sells differently at their own rates after taking the fare or the cost of the ticket from IATA. So that should be registered. So first, the GDS. So GDS are wholesalers who actually retail air ticketing. So what we mean by retailing air ticketing is they buy the ticket from IATA as wholesalers, then they now start selling it to other traveling agencies who are now retailers. So, and in doing this now, they have actually added their own price. And by far, we have basically about 4 recognized GDS providers in the world. The first is Amadeus that Mr. Steven said he's asking if he can get his own login. But the good news, the fortunate news tonight is, Mr. Steven, you don't need Amadeus anymore to sell, because when you are selling from a GDS, when you are using a GDS to sell tickets, for instance, one, the fares are usually so expensive, and secondly, you can't actually decide the ticket, you can't decide the fare, and thirdly, also, you need an IATA licensor to actually consolidate or issue the ticket for you. And all of that comes with inherent or some sort of secret charges or fees. So that to some extent makes the entirety of the ticketing process so difficult. But in the course of today's section, everybody who is here will be given the autonomy or the issuing or consolidating right to start issuing their own tickets, which we are going to look at shortly. So one among the GDS providers we have in the world is Amadeus. Now we also have other GDS providers like Sabre, and we have other GDS providers like the Galileo Travelport, and we have WhatsApp and the Apollo. So all of these persons or all of these things that were being mentioned are actually GDS or common GDS providers. And don't forget, just like I stated earlier, that GDS are wholesalers. They buy the ticket or they buy the fares from IATA. Now they now start retailing those tickets or those fares that they have gotten from IATA. They start retailing them to traveling agencies. So in doing that now, the cost of the ticket becomes so high, and traveling agencies will now have the autonomy right to issue the ticket at their own markup or at their own rates. And beyond that also now, they will be needing a consolidator or an IATA licensor to actually get to have the ticket issued. So that actually makes the entirety of the process difficult. Now, the last part we'll be looking at are the NDCs. NDCs and LCC. So we are NDC and LCC providers. And what is NDC? NDC is new distribution capacity, while local LCC stands for low cost carriers. Now, the disparity between NDC, LCC, and the JDS is LCC are democratizing travel. We don't retail travels. We are not retailing travels like the JDS. We democratize in what sense? In the sense that we get to give agents or give anybody the consolidating or the issuing right to issue their own ticket at IATA rates. So when I mean IATA rates now, what it simply means now is you are going to issue your own ticket at the same rate all the airlines are getting it directly from the source. And then you will now be given a consolidating right to actually add your own markup. So markup is simply your own percentage on your commission to the ticket, so that when individuals actually or passengers get to buy the ticket from you, you get to make your own markup or you get your own commission, and that you can decide. So The LDC and LCC providers, example of such people is a Trustify. So I'm actually representing Trustify, and Kuzang also work alongside with Trustify. So, and tonight, 1,001 persons have actually signed up, and several persons have been given the issuing right to actually issue their own tickets. And one among such persons is a participant in today's group in the person of St. Pat. So St. Pat joined our previous section before now, and she has her own platform. So without much ado now, we'll be talking about how you as an individual can start issuing your own tickets. How you as an individual can have your own online traveling agency or online flight and hotel booking portal from where you can actually sell tickets at your own rate and have the tickets issued in your own business name, your phone number, your logo, and address. So without much ado now, we'll be looking at the Trustify B2B. So the Trustfied B2B at the time now, it's actually a platform that actually gives anybody who has CAC registration from any part of the world the ability to actually issue their own tickets. So I'll just share my screen to show us the Trustfied B2B platform before we now delve into a practical section on how we are going to begin with ticketing. So first, let me show you us the Trustify B2B platform. So I'll be sharing my screen now.
WTE 37. WT letter E.
So now I'm sharing my screen now. The platform you will be seeing shortly on your screen is called the Trustify B2B. Can you guys see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
it
great
is.
now. Thanks so much. Now, talking about the NDC and LCC, example of an NDC or LCC provider is the Trustify. So what do we do at Trustify? What we do at Trustify is we actually empower traveling agencies, businesses, entrepreneurs, anybody to actually have their own online ticketing platform. And when we mean online ticketing platform, it simply means a platform from where you can actually sell your own flight tickets and hotels. In that case, you can actually sell all of these things at your own rate to all the parts of the world, to all the cities in the world. And you can also get to do that relatively at your own markup. So you sell the ticket at your own rate. First, we get to give you at a IATA rate. Then you sell the ticket in your own rate by adding your own markup. And when the ticket is being issued, the ticket will be issued in your own business name. So that's actually giving you the autonomy to actually have the ticket being sold at your own business name. So what do we mean by the Transfied B2B? So the Transfied B2B is actually a platform that empowers anybody to actually have their own online flight and hotel booking platform. So with the Transfied B2B, you'll be given a free B2B API. And with that API, you can actually get your own online traveling portal from where users, clients, passengers can actually get to buy tickets from you. And with that, now you sell to the entirety of the globe at your own rate. So that is what the B2B is all about. And examples of some B2B platforms is the Kuzang Fly. So this platform is actually empowered by the Transfy B2B software. So when you come to the Kuzang Fly, just like Kuzang, anybody who is in today's meet or section can actually get to issue tickets in their own business name. And another example of the same platform is Purple Etiquette. Purple Etiquette is owned by one of the participants in today's section, known as St. Pat. So she is the owner of Purple Etiquette. So with this now, you can actually get to make reservations, get to make bookings, pay for bookings, and actually have them delivered and issued in your own business name. So let's talk about the white label or the Transfer B2B white label. Just like the instance I get to show us here when I shared my screen. What the white label does basically is it empowers anybody who has business CAC to actually start their own online flights and hotel booking platform. And from this platform, you can actually get to issue flight tickets in your business name, your phone number, your address, your logo, and even in your own business email. And you'll be given the autonomy right to actually issue tickets at your own rate or at your own fare or at your own price. And beyond that, now you can sell to agents, other traveling agencies can partner with you, and you can also sell to other customers alike. And you can also still take affiliate or partnership with other airlines. At the time now, we have the largest base of airlines, over having over 764 airlines at the time. You can actually sell to any part of the world, any part of the world. So without much ado now, let's get look at this platform proper and see how the entirety of the platform looks like. So first now, I'll be using Kuzang Fly for my demonstration. So for some of us who don't know Kuzang Fly, I think Kuzang Travels owns Kuzang Fly. So from this platform now, where this part you are seeing is called the front end. So this is the front end. So the front end, for you to visit this, you just go to kuzangfly.com. So from the front end, the system is actually translatable into major languages in the world. That simply means it's multilingual in the sense that someone from Turkey can still buy from this website. Someone from Russian, from Philippines can still buy in their own local languages. Even someone who actually speaks and reads the Arabic language can still get to buy in their Arabic language. So putting all of that together makes it very easy peasy for you to actually get to sell to the totality of the globe. Let's take it back to English. So first, the system is multilingual. So all the basic or major languages in the world are there. Second, the system is multi-currency. Multi-currency in what sense? You can sell in any currency in the world and you get to take payments with ease. So in that case now, anybody from any part of the world can actually buy tickets from you. And in doing that, they can actually buy even in their own local currency. And the system is designed in such a way that other traveling agencies can sign up with you to become your agent. And in doing so now, when they get to sell tickets as your agents, you give them commission from your own commission. Customers can also sign up, and other suppliers can also sign up with you. So this is actually what the white label entails. So, but let's talk about ticketing now. Before you venture or you start ticketing, the following have to be noted. One, when it comes to ticketing, the first thing to remember is for every ticket to be sold, there is a cabin class. Things to note when you want to start selling tickets or when you want to issue tickets or when you want to come into ticketing as a business. The first things to know, these are the following questions you must ask your clients. The first question is, if they come to you saying, I want to go to Dubai, for instance, from Lagos, the first question is, what cabin class are you using? And when we talk about cabin class, this is what cabin class means. So economy is the cabin class, economy premium, the business class, and the first class. But by statistics, most people fly economy, right? Most people get to fly economy. So when you know the cabin class, the next is what city are they departing from? So the city they are departing from is called the departure city. So you need to ask that question. So for instance, now let's say they are departing from Lagos. Now, let me state something. When it comes to ticketing now, every city has a code. Every city has a code. And that code is called the IATA code. And there is always a three-letter code to every city in the world. So for instance now, Lagos is LOS. So if you can, when I enter LOS, that is Lagos. Do we see that now? Abuja, for instance, is ABB. So when I enter ABB, I'll get Abuja. And all the cities you can think of in the world. So let me get to ask my first question, and that question will avail whoever that gets the answer to be given the white label at no cost. So you'll be getting a free white label. So the question I'm about asking now, I'll just pick somebody at random. So when I pick you at random, I will ask you a question. So if you get the answer, you'll be given the free white label. I don't know what the cost of the white label is at the time, so I think the facilitators organizers will initiate that maybe at the end of the section. So, but the first question is, who can actually tell me? I'll pick someone at random. I'll pick someone at random. If you get the answer, you'll be given a free white label solution from where you can actually have your own online traveling website where you can sell flights and hotels cheaply at your own rate and issue tickets without needing a consolidator. So now, who can tell me? Okay, let me pick someone at random. I will be picking. I'll be picking Rachel Brown. Rachel Brown, are you there? Can you hear me? Rachel Brown, can you hear me? Okay, I guess Rachel Brown is actually not so available. So let me get to pick some other person. Okay, yeah, Danny, I can see. I know a few other persons want me to pick them, but I actually just want to pick at random. Okay, let's try Joseph Stephen. Joseph Stephen, greetings to you, sir.
Greetings, sir. Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Yeah, evening to you now. So now I just want to ask a question. If you get it, you'll be getting a free white label solution. The white label at the time is sold for $500 and or 500,000 Nigerian naira. So what is the white label? Just like I explained, the white label is just example of the white label is this platform. Let me screen. This is this label. So if you get this answer correctly, you are going to be given a platform like this for free, where you are going to be selling your own tickets, issue the tickets at your own rate to both customers and agents and other partners, and you have ticket being issued in your own business name. So now, what's the airport for Ayata code YQR is for what city? Can you just tell me that in 5 seconds?
This one
YQR, yeah, YQR is the Ayata code for what city?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, pass. It means you don't know it, so we are going to pass.
is for Regina International Airport, Canada.
But something tells me you just Google that. Is that
Right, sir.
correct? You're right. Okay, now
Yes,
don't
sir.
Google. I'll say something very simple. Okay, have you heard about Casablanca before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Casablanca. Okay, Casablanca should be in Morocco, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Capital of Morocco.
Okay, can you tell me the IATA code for Casablanca? Okay, someone is still.
No idea, sir. Don't want to Google it. No idea, sir.
Okay, Casablanca IATA code is what? Okay, he's honest. Casablanca is CMN. So what am I trying to say? All cities in the world actually have their IATA code. For instance, now if I type CMN, so can you see now when CMN is typed, what you get to see is Casablanca, Morocco. Do you get that now? But as professionals or the lay ones will actually type the spelling Casablanca for people who are lay or who are just new in the business. But professionals, you have to know at least the major cities in the world as well as their IATA codes. For instance, Toronto is YTO or YYZ. So when I entered YYZ, so you can see now it's still Toronto. When I get to enter YTO, is still Toronto. But the difference is YYZ specific Toronto Pearson Airport. YYTO is all the airports that are in Toronto. So in essence, now every city in the world actually have their own IATA code. And if you don't know it, it's not a big deal. That you should use what Google. So let's take for instance, someone said he's traveling to Sydney. Now, before you actually get to enter Sydney, always note that there are cities in the world that actually appeared in other cities. Do we get that now? For instance, there is Sydney in Canada, and there's also Sydney in Australia. So you should be specific to ask your clients, which of the Sydney are you talking about? Sydney in what country, or Sydney in which country? Because if you get to enter Sydney, you gotta find out and watch. If you can see my screen, you can see there's Sydney in Australia. Can we see that now? And there's also Sydney in Canada. So now, if you enter Sydney in Canada, no, the client is not going, is going to North American continent. And when you now enter Sydney in Australia, the client is now going to Australia continent. So the first question to ask after the cabin class is to ask the city. What city are you going into? And you should be more specific because some cities appear more than once. Do we get that now? Cities will appear more than once. And if you enter the wrong city, you can run into trouble. So we are going to look at some troubles that are associated with ticketing. So the first thing to note is nobody travels to a country, but everybody travels to a city. So when someone wants to issue tickets with you, ask them, which city are you departing from? So if they say, I'm departing from Lagos, Lagos is LOS. And when I get to enter that now, I'll select Lagos. Now, the next question to ask the client is, which city are you traveling to? Let's take, for instance, this client is traveling to Dubai. Dubai is DSB. So DSB is Dubai.
Okay.
And the next thing is it a round trip? If the client say no, it's a one-way trip, so you don't select that. But if it's round trip, you select round trip. Round trip simply means there's a departure date and there's a return date. Do we get that now? That is what round trip implies. But if the client says it's not a round trip, it's just one way. So if it's one way, it means it's just departure. The client is not coming back. I believe in our subsequent class where we are going to learn the complexities of ticketing as well as other traveling services, we'll learn some of the rules that actually apply to all of these things. So let's take, for instance, this person is not coming back. It's just one way. And because she wants to travel, let's use 30th of July. Now, the next thing to ask is, the next question is, how many travelers will be traveling? Now you can see this is adults, there are childs, and there are infants. Children. So now children are 2 to 11 years, adults is 12 years and above, while infants 0 to less than 2 years. So when a particular client is less than 2 years, that will be considered as infant. But if the person is 2 to 11 years, that will be considered as a child. And if the person is 12 years and above, that will be considered as an adult. So you just have to note that. So let's assume it's just one adult that is traveling. The next thing to do is you just click search. And when you click the search button, the itineraries will be displayed. So when we talk about itinerary, remember I said itinerary is everything that encompasses a particular trip. So you are going to see all the available airlines. And from this search, if you can see, the first airline we have here is a Rwanda Air. Can we see that now? This is a Rwanda Air. And the cost of the ticket is 7,316 naira, Lagos to Dubai, if the client wants to fly with Rwanda Air. For today, we are not going to talk about the complexities. We are not going to talk about the rules that applies, because there are several rules and there are several intricacies that applies to ticketing. So all of that might, to some extent, not be discussed. Maybe in a subsequent class or a class after this one, we'll learn all of the rules that applies to ticketing and how to avoid getting into trouble. Because if you don't understand certain rules that applies to ticketing, your client might not fly. And if your client doesn't fly, the client will come back to your office and ask you to pay. And there are some tickets that or destinations that might be requiring transit visa. And if your client is not having a transit visa, your client will not fly. And if your client doesn't fly, your client will come back to you and ask you to pay. So all of that, the rules that apply to ticketing and how to succeed in the ticketing space will actually be discussed in our next section, which I believe the organizers will be giving us the opportunity to join again. But for today now, we just want to learn just the intermediate, some little basic foundational knowledge about ticketing as well as understanding the transfer B2B white label software. So now, for instance, just like the search we made Lagos to Dubai, so you can see Lagos to Dubai on the 30th of this month, 2024. just one adult. This is the cost for Rwanda Air. And if you go down, you find out that there's Ethiopian Air and Dubai Air alongside. And the cost for that is 789. And when you go down, this is Qatar Air. Qatar Air is 841. And when you go down again, it's still same Qatar Air. So when you keep going down, it's Kenyan Air. Do we get that now? So base Kenyan Air and the likes. So when you keep going down, there are different airlines as well as their fares. But don't forget, at the initial start, I stated that. Do you know that at this particular fare was given to all of these airlines at the same rate? Do you get that now? But each of them went and start selling differently because all of them are going to the same destination. Why is Rwanda at 7 and Egypt and so Ethiopian and Fly Dubai 789 and Qatar Airways 841? Why all of these things? Don't forget, each and every one of those persons have added their own markup. So the section of the part we are seeing now is called the front end. So in the front end is where where users or people who you'll be giving your website link will come to. And when they come here, they can actually buy in whatever currency of their choice. Let's get to buy this in USD. So let's get to select USD. So when we select USD, for instance, we can now still make the same search. And let's assume this client wants to pay in dollar currency and not in Nigerian naira. So the rates will still be displayed in US dollars. So you can see. So in US dollars, it's $545.49. Do you see that? So if this client wants to pay, he or she can actually pay in USD. He can pay in whatever currency he or she wants to pay. We have multiple currencies here. And when we go to the back end, I'll get to explain the back end. You can add all the currencies in the world all by yourself. Do we get that now? So let's go back to Naira and let's get to attempt to make the booking. So let's assume on this particular booking now, we actually want to book or we want to make payment. Okay now, so let's assume now we want to make booking. So all we need is for us to click book now. And when we click book now, the next page is the booking page where we'll enter all of our information. So let's enter random informations. Let's say the name of this passenger is Trafsify. His last name is B2B. Let's say his email is info@Trafsify. Let us use random address. Let's say San Francisco. Okay, let's just use random address. So his name, let's call his name Trafsify. Then his last name B2B. His nationality, let's just select a random nationality. Just random details now. Passport issuance months. Let's just take this. Now, when you now go further, now you can see these are the available payment options. So you can pay with Paystack. Paystack will enable this client pay with his or debit or credit card. And you can also pay with bank transfer. So let's just continue with bank transfer. So when I click this, I'll click confirm booking. When I get to click confirm booking, it takes me to where I will actually confirm the booking and actually make the payment. So I'll proceed now to bank transfer. When I click proceed, it displays the bank transfer. So this is actually the details to pay to. Can we see this is the bank name? Sorry, this is the account's name. This is the bank. This is the bank address. This is the account number, the SWIFT code and all. So when I get to transfer this money to this bank account number, to this bank name, and I'll get to this Hudox Ventures, this ticket will be issued. But we are not issuing this ticket because this is just a demo test, right? So in a bit now, that is how the ticketing process takes place in the front end. So, and you can actually get this platform with just your CAC registration, which I believe now, if you actually want to get the Transfer White Label Suite, all you need is just for you to talk with the facilitators or organizers, and they'll guide you on how to go about that. With just CAC, you can also have a platform like this where people from any part of the world can actually buy tickets from you. And the system is actually well equipped, supporting both front end and back end. Now, for Stephen who asked at first that how can I get my own login? Stephen, I could remember you saying that you actually want your login. But the good news, when it comes to this
Yes.
now, you don't actually need to have your own login. You have a full-blown system and a consolidating ability or power with just your CAC to actually start issuing tickets in your own business name. All of that you can do it free, just like the Kuzang Fly, just like Purple Etiquette, and even 1,001 persons who have actually signed up on this platform. So at this time now, I'm going to stop sharing so that I can actually get to log into the backend. I don't want us to see Kuzang Fly password. So with that now, we now get to explain the back end. Then I will now allow us to ask possible questions we feel we want to ask. And then a brief talk will be given on how to have your own platform so that you can actually qualify for other benefits and features like getting your own free IATA TIDS and having your own consolidating or issuing ability to actually issue your own tickets in your own business name at your own rate and with your business logo. So that's actually bringing about globalization. So I'm still trying to log into the Kuzang backend. So after logging in, I'm going to share my screen so that I can actually explain the backend. Okay, Boiler, the backend is actually opened. So let me get to share my screen now. So this is the backend looks like. This is the front end. The front end is the part we just saw where I actually made a demo booking. So this is the front end. So the front end is where your users will actually come and buy tickets from you and do all of the stuff they want to do from you. Why the back end is this is your own login. The back end is your own login from where you can actually have total control over the system and manage the system. So the system first is easy peasy. You don't need tech knowledge to actually reconfigure or do anything on the system. So first, when you come to settings, first is a dashboard. So the dashboard actually shows all the activities on the platform or on your own platform. So you can see stuff like confirm booking, pending bookings, the revenue generated, blah, 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 and other informations that you need to know as touching the system. And then when you come to the settings, the general settings, is where you see all informations, and all of these informations can be changed. So Kuzang Global Limited, we can actually change it to Trustify. You can change it to anything you want to change it and save it, and all of that will take effect. So it's easy peasy. On this part, you can actually add your logo, you can add the favicon, you can just do it. It's just a very simple system. Here is the contact where you can add your phone numbers, you can add your emails, and you can also add your business address. So that is that. Now, beyond that, also now to settings, we have currencies. The currency section is where you can add, these are all the currencies that are on this platform. And if you want to add another currency, you can actually do that. You can add any currency of your choice and you'll be able to take payments in those currencies because we have all payment gateways in the world. Now, when you come to the payment gateways, is where you see all the payment gateways that we support. And on the system, we have the bank transfer option that we saw. We also have a pay later option, a social whereby people can make reservations on your platform and pay you later. We have the pay stack as well, where people can actually pay with their pay stack. We have wallet balance option, where people can actually store funds in their wallet balance. Now, PayPal supports international payment. Let's say, for instance, want to take payments in US dollars. You can use PayPal, you can use Stripe, you can use Razorpay, you can use Pado, you can use Set MPOS. So all of those platforms are most available for your own usage. So when you come on board on the system, which is a transfer white label, you will be able to actually have total control autonomy. Let's go back to the modules. Now, the modules is the API section. So on the modules, now you can see the transfer B2B. And at the initial part of the class, I shared this part of the screen. So when you come on board on the API, you sign up for your own APIs. Getting the API is free, but the white label is sold. So the facilitators or the organizers will tell us how to go about the white label. So when you sign up for your own API, in less than an hour, 40 minutes or to an hour, you too can have a full-blown system just like this, where you can start selling flight tickets at your own rate, selling whatever currency you want to sell, selling whatever language you want to sell to both customers and to agents alike, and you have the ticket issued in your own business name, your logo, your phone number, and address. So here's where you do all of that now. The modules is actually where you actually get to add your markup. So when I click the module, so you can see For Kuzang Fly, the markup for customer is 5%. So for every time somebody buys ticket from Kuzang, they make 5% on every ticket you buy from them. Now, when agents or partners who sign up as agents get to buy tickets, get to sell tickets through them, they get to get it at 3%. So that makes it 2% cheaper. So the agent gets 2% every time they get. Sorry, I wasn't sharing my screen. So this is the modus. So on the modus is the transfer B2B. So the transfer B2B is where you plug in your API after you have come on board on the program. So here's where you add your markup for Kuzang Fly, just like I stated earlier. 5% is actually their markup, right? So it means every time somebody wants to buy tickets from them, they actually get to make 5% on every ticket that is sold on. So, and this markup can actually be changed. You can decide to sell at 10%, you can decide to sell at 8%, you can decide to sell at whatever percent you want to sell. But for Kuzan, they are selling at 5%. Now, the B2B markup here is for their cost agents. So B2C is for customers, while B2B is for agents. So when you sign up with Kuzan to sell tickets using their own platform, you get 2% off on all of your tickets. So they get to give you 3% at 3%, while customers get to buy at 5%. So all of these and several of those things, I believe, has been said on the videos we watch yesterday. And that's more reason why I don't take the time to actually go in depth, because I believe everyone who is in today's class has actually watched the video. So what we're doing at this time now is, maybe you have certain questions to ask, you can actually ask your questions. And after that, I will ask a few questions and we'll be giving one person in today's section the free white label. I did say that the white label goes for 500,000 Nigerian naira, but I don't know what the facilitators will want to give it off to today's participants or to the students who are actually on board today. But we sell here in the US at $500, but I'll be giving one person today for free. So at those points, if you actually have questions, there are questions you want to ask, you feel there are some gray areas that we not touch, you feel you want us to touch, you can just put up your hand. Then we call your name. Then you get to ask your question, and answers will be provided. And after that, I'll go about asking my own question. So, Godson Doris, can you hear me? You can ask your question now.
Okay, sorry. Good evening, sir.
Okay, greetings to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So, I wanted to find out something. I listened to everything that you said, and I'm so happy because I know having an IATA license right now, it takes a lot. I have a colleague that we work together, and she's going through the process of having an IATA license. So the process
Okay.
is very tedious. You must have like 30 million shares, blah, 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 blah. And I don't want to go through that because I didn't start with ticketing. I basically was into visas. But now I see
Okay.
that ticketing is kind of interesting, and you get to have money from it and things like that. So I started putting interest. I went for an Amadeus class, but I wasn't really too. I didn't really get much out of the lady who taught us the class. So, but with everything that I've learned from this class, I'm really impressed. And then I am happy about the white label, meaning like it's just like you also have Ayata, you understand? So I just want to have that clarification that if you sign up on the white label, you can also book and mark up on your own, So that's what I just wanted to be sure of.
Okay, now thanks so much, Godson Doris. That question was actually a good one. Now, first, now when you sign up for the white label, after your third booking, we are giving you a free IATA TIDS. I do understand that IATA is a little bit tedious, but we have a comprehensive course already on IATA. And at the end of today's class, also, every participant will be given a free PDF guide on IATA. And if you actually want to learn more about IATA and sign up, IATA is easy peasy. As a matter of fact, you can sign up for IATA all by yourself. And I think the organizers will be fair enough to give us another opportunity for some of us who are joining now to learn how to sign up for the IATA. because previous sections to this one, a whole lot of the participants have that IATA right. Because if you actually want to even take IATA as a service, if we want to sign up an individual for IATA, our fee is $2,000. But a comprehensive class has been made or put in place where users actually learn how to sign up for IATA by themselves and how to navigate through the process easy peasy. But just to be kind and fair enough, when you come to the transfer white label, you don't need a IATA license. We are holding a global IATA license. So you'll be using our license to issue your own tickets. Do you get that now? And after a certain number or threshold of booking, we will give you a free IATA TIDS for free. And if you want to get a IATA TIDS, it's about $7,000. But we'll be giving you all of that for free when you
Hello. Hello. Please let's be patient. I think he's having network issues.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, now
Yes,
great
we
now.
hear you.
First
Yes, we
now,
can hear you now.
when you come on board the white label
Kindly
now,
mute
the
your
beauty
mic
is
so that we can hear
you
him
are
well.
you are going to sell at your own rate and you'll still be way cheaper than all of the existing platforms in Africa. Be it Wakana, be it Travel Stars, be it Travel Better, mention them, you'll be cheaper. You'll still be cheaper than the airlines. The reason is because we are giving you the same rate the airlines and everybody. We are giving at the rate that airlines are getting it from IATA. So airlines still go back to add their own markup. But for us, we are going to give you directly at the airline, sorry, the IATA rate, and with that, you'll be able to sell cheaply. Now, let us do a practical instance before we actually move. So I just want to do a price comparison between Kuzang Fly and Wakana. So now, let's take for instance now, let me share my screen now. This Kuzang Fly, this Lagos to Dubai. Can we see this? This Lagos to Dubai for 30th of July 2024, right? Okay, let's go back to the search. Let's repeat the search. If you can see my screen, this Lagos Dubai, 30th of July. So let's search. On Kuzang Fly, we are going to compare the price on Kuzang Fly, and we are still going to compare the price at Wakana. So Kuzang Fly has it for 777,000, right? Now let's check Wakana. Let me just share my screen. So on that same date, on that same date and the same location, this is what Wakana is selling. So can we see Rwanda Air, right? Can we see Rwanda Air?
Sorry, please, we can't see your screen.
Can you see my screen?
No.
I cannot see
Yes,
you.
sir, I can see your screen.
Okay, let me share my screen
My
again.
neighbor.
I can see the screen. Let it be bold. It's too tiny.
Okay, now can you just zoom your screen? I think it's from your device. Just zoom your device.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now can you see my
I
screen?
can
Now?
see.
Okay, now so
Okay, I
this is
can see it
Wakana
now.
platform. Can we see the Wakana? This is Wakana here. So on that same destination, Lagos to Dubai for 30th of July, Wakana is selling at what rate? Can somebody help me out?
817,000.
817.
Okay, now let's look at Kuzang. Great, great. That's awesome. No, Kuzang is selling at what rate?
77,000.
838,966.
Okay, now can you see the new so now Kuzang is selling for 777. Can you see now? And still don't forget she added 5% markup. So let's take for instance, at what rate did she get the ticket? So if we get to remove our 5% markup, now I'll remove 5% from our markup. Let's repeat this search again. So that we'll now see what the true cost of the ticket is. So if I get to repeat this search, now 5% markup has been removed from Kuzang. Well, how much is it paid?
740.
So say 140,000. Do you see that now? Why Wakana on that same date on the same airline, Wakana is selling for 800 and what?
752.
17, and that's
Okay.
just way too much. Do you get that? So when we come on the same platform, you are going to get it at the IATA rate, and you'll be given autonomy to issue the ticket using our own license. And after your third booking with us, we'll be giving you a free IATA TIDS that is worth $7,000. So you'll be getting that for free. And if you get to join subsequent sections, which I believe the organizers will be bringing our way, you will learn how to sign up IATA as a service, how to start registering other agencies for IATA and charge them whatever you want to charge them, and even register yourself as well. So all of that will be taught in sections outside this one. So let's go back to our questions. So I don't know, Forgotten Doris, did that answer your question? Forgotten Doris, can you hear me? Did that answer your question? Okay, I don't know if Gossip Doris can hear me. Gossip Doris, did that answer your question? Okay, let's move on to the second person. So the second person on our list is Temidayo. So Mr. Temidayo, can you ask your question, please?
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's Miss Temidayo,
Oh,
not Mr.
oh, sorry, apologies to that. Sorry about that.
Okay,
Okay,
so
go on with your question.
all right. So my before I proceed, well done. You are doing a good job.
You're most welcome, ma'am.
So I want to ask the class I watched yesterday, the previous recording. So I didn't get to see where the in case a client or wants a rebooking or no, as the class taught us that there may be circumstances that may warrant a client to change their tickets due to one thing or the other, that rebooking and all that. So how do you go about rebooking and then all that on the platform? And also,
Okay, yeah, right on, right on.
how do you add extra baggages to clients? Because I can only see one baggage there. So how do you add extra baggages, and how do you weigh them in kg? Because I'm aware that airlines have specific kgs they are allowed to have per load, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
So
now
so
let
how
me
do you
start with
weigh
the
all that?
Okay, let's start with the second question. Now, the second question, how do you weigh? For instance, let's look at this itinerary. It's two pieces, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
2 piece.
It means
Please,
the
I can't
baggage here,
see
you
your
can go with
screen
two
more.
baggages. Can you see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
now, so the true weight by standard, the true weight is 23 kg by standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get that now. So it means now you can carry two pieces of 23 kg baggage. Is that okay now?
23 kg per so it doesn't change. Is that the fixed package for all airlines?
Yeah,
Yes.
by standard.
Okay.
Baggages are usually 23 kg,
Okay.
but some airlines like Air France actually have them for 12 kg. But if otherwise stated, that will be stated on the platform. Okay,
Okay.
let me just use Coniam. So first, your second question, by standard, two pieces are being allowed. But certain airlines like Air France only allow one baggage most times. And the standard weight of the baggage is 23 kg. So that should actually be noted. Now, talking about cancellation and all, you can actually do that from the admin backend. So I'm going to show us that right away. Let's assume you want to cancel the booking, you want to add more features or add more baggages and all. You can actually get to do that from the admin backend, right? So that can actually be done from the admin backend. So let's go back to the admin backend of Kuzang. So if you can see my screen now, so all the bookings that takes place on this platform can actually be seen from these bookings, right? So the booking we just did, the recent booking we did that I entered, this is the booking here. So let's take, for instance, on this booking, here you can actually look at booking status. pending, confirmed, cancelled. So if you want to cancel this booking, you can't cancel this booking. Do you get that? If you actually want to leave it as pending, you can. If you want to confirm it, you can actually do that. So in the case of cancellation, you don't have to do anything so special. Once I click this cancelled, the ticket or the booking will be what? Cancelled. Do we get that now? Hello, Mrs. Temidai. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, but there's a part I don't want to discuss today because I want us to do that in the next section, and that is the Transfer B2B. On the Transfer B2B platform, when you log in, because this is how the process works. Outside having the platform, you are going to sign up for your own API. So here's where you'll be doing that. So when you sign up for your own API from the Transfer B2B platform, you have more additional features where you can add other features to the tickets. Because when a client buys from your website, you issue the ticket from the B2B platform. Do you get that now? But for people who will be coming on board or will be signing up to the Transfer B2B API, as well as the white label, we have in-depth knowledge on how the totality of that works. But when it comes to cancellation, you can do that from your admin backend. And when it comes to adding more features, you can do that from your B2B platform. But for today, we are not touching the B2B platform because I actually want to allow that for people who will be signing up for the white label. Right? So that is actually why I actually want to do that. So if that answers your question, Mrs. Temidayo, so I think we'll move to Mrs. Rita. So, Madam Rita, if you can hear me, you can ask your question. Madam Rita, can you hear me? Okay, I guess she's not so available. Can we move to Bolanle at this time?
Good evening, sir.
Oh, greetings to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for this lecture. I'm really impressed. I want to know more about this IATA you talk about. You said that when we register like 3 times, we are going to share from your IATA. If I hear you clearly, I don't know.
Okay, now
Then
let
that
me
later,
reiterate that. Okay.
yes,
Okay, now this what
mm-hmm.
at the initial part of the class I said there are 4 processes to the IATA license. There are 4 IATA licenses, right?
Okay.
We have the IATA TIDS, we have the IATA Go Light or Easy Pay, we have the IATA Standard, and we have the IATA Global. We are holding IATA Global certificate. So because we have that, we can empower anybody with the IATA TIDS, right? So if you come on board on the white label, after you have done 3 bookings, we will give you a free IATA TIDS. And if you decide to maybe upgrade to Go Light or Standard, we will guide you on how to go about that. And prior to this now, we have a video already on how to sign up for IATA, step-by-step process, how you can actually sign up for IATA all by yourself. But what will we give you if you come on board on the white label is you'll be getting a free IATA TIDS after your 3rd booking. So you don't have to pay for that. And the worth of the IATA TIDS is $7,000, but we'll be giving that to all of our participating and candidates on the white label for free after their 3rd booking. And beyond that, also now you are going to have your system upgraded to this. Let me show you something. This is still the Transfer white label, but you will find that there is slight disparity between this website and the previous Kuzang Fly website. This person is still using the Transfer white label. You can see this person can sell flights, this person can sell hotels, can sell tours, can sell visas, can sell card transfers. And if you look at the genetic or the structural makeup, it looks more unique, distinct, and beautiful. So after you are done successfully issuing 3 tickets, or after your 3rd ticket, you'll be upgraded to this platform where hotel will be added to it. Where you can now start selling hotels at no cost. You can sell tours, you can sell several services. We also have card transfers. If you want to say airport tickets and card transfers, we want to sell visa services. We have a course already on that, which I believe the organizers will give us a privilege on how to understand visa, how to go about e-visa services, how to run visa services. And we have several PDF materials on that, which at each of the section for each of those courses, you'll be given all of that for free, which we tax the Bible. So we have Canada Bible, which you'll be getting for free if you enroll for the visa section, where you'll be learning about how to everything about the Canada visa, how to do all of those processes for yourself, your clients, and relatives, how you too can go into the e-visa service space and get visas issued, how you can run all of those packages, how you can also get your own immigration license to even start advocating in case of denials and visa rejection.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, now, so in that case, now, I think that has answered your question. So the next person here is Mrs. Ogechi.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're most welcome. So, Mrs. Ogechi, now you can ask your question.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, greetings to you, mom.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you, ma.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the organizers of this program. Kudos to you all. People did well. So, my question, I came in late, so, but I could hear you mention IATA, having an IATA certificate, us booking, and using your own ID and all the rest.
Okay.
Uh, if we partner with you, are we kind of, hello? Are we kind
Yeah,
of
I can hear
partnering
you.
with you like an affiliate agent, just like Waka do? Are we like an
Okay.
affiliate agent? I
Okay,
want
now
to know
talking
that.
about the partnership. Okay, thanks so much, Mrs. Ogechi. Do you have other questions or I should answer this one?
Yes, I see. Then again, I don't know the city where you people are. Are you in Lagos or in Abuja? That is my second
Okay.
question.
Lagos. This is
Yeah.
Lagos.
Okay, now
Okay,
can you hear me
Lagos.
now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear. I can
Okay,
hear
now
you.
now to your first question. When you partner, you are not partnering with us. You are not our affiliate. You sell tickets at your own rate. You sell at whatever markup you want to sell. You can sell your own ticket at 10%, 50%, 70%. It's your own business. That's why the term for it is white label. Everything is your own platform. You'll be having a full-blown website like Wakana, like Connie, like Wakana. Example of such platforms you'll be having is like this. So you too will have a website like the one you are seeing on your screen. This is Cornium Flight. Your logo will be there. Your phone numbers will be there. Everything about it is all you. So you are not an affiliate. We are only empowering using our own license for you to start issuing your own tickets. You sell at your own rate and markup, and you sell to the totality of the world. You sell to all cities in the world, and you can actually use your B2B API to actually issue the ticket at your own rate. So when people get to buy ticket from you, you keep your own markup or your commission. Then the only thing that will be deducted from it is the fair rate that we are giving out, which is the IATA direct rate. Then the ticket will be issued. So first, it's not an affiliate system. You're not affiliating with us. Secondly, you are kind of a white label partner. The reason is because you sell at your own rate. And when the ticket is issued, the ticket will be issued in your business name, your logo, your phone number, and address. And the totality of the website is still in your business name. So you'll be getting a website, your business web address, your business name, your business logo, all of the informations are your business. The payment goes to you. The payment don't come to us. The payment goes to you. Keep your markup. Then using the B2B API, you send the rate for the ticket. Then the ticket will be issued while you keep your own markup. So it's actually a white label suite. You are not affiliating. Now, where we are, we are actually in Africa. We are in Nigeria and we are in Ibadan, trying to come to Abuja at the time. In Nigeria, we are in Ghana, in Africa, some African nations where we are. We are in UK. We are also in the US, but we are actually having this section from the United States. So it's actually from our US branch. I don't know if that answers your second question.
Yeah. That is so nice hearing this. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and sequel to that also, when you come on board, you'll be getting a free IATA TIDS, and you can also sell hotels globally.
Okay,
Thanks so much.
that's nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned about visa too. You are going to guide us on visa lectures and all the rest.
Yeah, there are. Okay, let me
No,
just give us a piecemeal. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, ma'am?
I can hear you now.
Okay, now when it comes to the traveling space, I'm actually an IATA facilitator, so I'm actually and also an immigration lawyer, as the case should be. So everything that has to do with visa services, proof of funds, study abroad on loans, and becoming an immigration lawyer, getting supporting document for that, and running all kind of visa services, there is already a section before this one. So I feel what the organizers will do is the organizers will give everybody on this platform the opportunity to participate in those sections, right? So maybe at the end of
Okay.
this section, the organizers will reach out to us on how you two can actually gain independency on all of these things. Do we get that now?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and prior to this
That's
also
nice.
now there are visa Bibles already that the previous people participated have already. And when you participate in all of these classes, we'll be on guide anytime, any day to help you how you can actually get dummy tickets and approved airline reservations as well as hotels. All of that has been covered in a different section, and there are PDF materials to them. So what I feel is, just like I stated earlier, the organizers will help us by giving us privilege to participate in those sections. So I think the
Okay.
organizers will reach out
Thank
to
you.
us after this section. So thanks so
Thank.
much, Mrs.
Thank very
Ogechi.
Some
So
of
much.
let's
you
move.
will
I'll be
speak
raising
to
my
this.
hand.
Okay, yeah,
All
an
Yeah.
right,
opportunity
thank
will
you
be
I don't
very
know the
much.
given.
organizers.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr.
Good
Well. To
evening.
add to the response Mr. Wells gave you,
Okay,
I think you will now be acting as the one that will have affiliates. Now, when you bring in people under you to register with you, you understand, just like agents. So it's not that you are working with Spy as an affiliate, but you will have agents that will also register on your site. So you are now the one having the affiliate, just like Wakano. I don't know if that's also add to your knowledge.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I can get that. So
okay, that's great now. So let's move to the next person. Can Mr. Monday, everybody question will be answered. So Mr. Monday, if you can hear me, can you ask the question?
I also still have one more question, sir, if I'm allowed to.
And also, me, I have a question to ask.
Yeah, everybody who raise their hands will be given opportunity. Okay, but
Okay,
I
no
believe
problem.
that's Mrs. Ogechi. Mrs. Ogechi, you can just ask your question so that we can move to Mr. Monday.
I have a question too.
yeah,
Everybody will be
I'm
given
done.
privilege. I can see all your hands. I'll
Please,
call
when you have
everybody.
a question, just raise your hand up. We're seeing all of you, be picking you one after the other.
So, Mrs. Ogechi, now your question.
Need this one.
Sorry, I'm done. It's a mistake. Let me remove it. I'm done.
Okay, okay. Now, Mr. Monday, can you ask your question, please?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, class.
Okay. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, class.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yes, I think the question I wanted to ask, she has asked it already, how we can affiliate and be able to be operating. So I don't have any question again for now, sir.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have
Okay. I
answered
believe
my,
that.
yes, sir.
Please,
Okay.
I have
That's
a
great.
So
question.
you have,
I have
Yeah.
a
That's
question too.
fine.
I've raised my hand.
Everybody, I
Oh,
can see all your hands. I'm seeing everybody who raised their hand, so I'll call you. Okay, great. Now,
okay.
thanks to Mr. Monday. But it's not an affiliate system as it is. We are only empowering. So you have your own platform where you sell at your own rate, sell the ticket, and issue it in your own business name. Thanks so much, Mr. Monday. So, Mr.
okay, sir.
Chukwemeka,
Yeah, give me a second.
Mr.
All right.
Chukwe, great. Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, greetings to
Uh,
you, sir.
yeah, so I'm so impressed about the class, and I got to know about it through a friend who gave me a link to the website. So,
Okay, okay, that's
yeah,
great.
so So the last class, that is the last program you organized. I missed it, so but I subscribed for the package. So I just want
Okay,
to know more about the what do you call it, the white label side of the thing you have been mentioning, and
Okay.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Do I need to have a registered incorporate a company before I can come in on board? So I would just want to know do
Okay,
I need
now
to
great.
incorporate it?
Now,
Yeah. Mm.
okay, now the only requirement for the white label onboarding is a CAC document. Any CAC, if you have CAC in any business, you can sign up for a white label. And in the case where you actually want to sign up, but your CAC is not ready, the organizers actually help out with CAC registration. So you can reach out to them. They will still enable you to have the white label while they start making preparations to get your CAC ready. So for those who are actually solely interested in getting the white label, the only requirement for the white label is CAC certificate. It could be CAC in any business name. So all you do is you must have a CAC in your own name and a bank account because you'll be taking payments. So now, for those who don't have, you can reach out to the organizers. The organizers help out with CAC registrations with business bank account. So when they sign up for CAC, you'll be given a business bank account alongside. But for those who have CAC and business bank accounts, Eureka, Boiler, you can join. Reach out to the organizers who will guide you on how to go about that, as well as the costing, the fees, and how to go about the onboarding. All of that will be discussed. Thank you.
All right.
So if
So
that
Hello,
answers your
hello, sir. Hello,
okay,
it
sir.
answers. Yeah, it answers my question. But that's the
okay,
last program you organized. So I have the manual. So I paid for it. I paid for I did not attend the programs. I didn't get the time passed, so I did not get the right information to attend the program. So I paid for the manual, and I have all the
okay,
whole. Yeah, so I just need the mentorship and time to time to ask questions about if I have any issues about those program organized, and the videos about it. It was all recorded on Zoom. So it's just like the part of the sessions of recording is just you need data to be watching it. So that is
okay,
the side about it. So it was pre-recorded. I can just play it to my system, but this one you have to go online and use data to watch some of those sessions the classes you presented. That is my observation on that.
okay. Now, great. I think all you need to do is just reach out to the organizers for questions. Anytime you have questions, the organizers are ever ready.
That's my
So
question.
if there will be need for them to actually bring us on board, they will do that. But once you reach out to the organizers on any question, they will give you answers. That I'm pretty much sure. So anytime, any day, feel free to reach out to the organizers, either mentoring, asking questions, or trying to get certain information. The organizers will do well to provide all of that.
I don't know, saying even not tomorrow.
All right.
Hello,
The last question.
Okay.
Not
This
even the last question. I'm raising my
okay, let
hand
me
up.
ask my
Nobody is
question.
answering me. Not the last question, please.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody will be.
Okay.
I can
Those
see
will
all
ask.
your hands. Everybody will be given privileges to ask their questions. I think I can see everybody. Trust me. Joseph, Chioma, Akinalu, Benke.
Hello.
Everybody will be given opportunity. Just hold on. Let's finish with Mr. Chukwuemeka.
Somebody talking on the background. Okay. Please, there is a trip I'm trying to embark on to Germany around
Okay.
September. So I don't know. For the tickets, I need the dummy, what do you call it, itinerary to
Dummy.
apply for my
Okay,
visas.
dummy
Yes,
reservation. Okay,
yeah,
that's not a challenge.
reservation.
Just reach out to the
Yeah.
organizers. You'll get that in few hours.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So in that case, now let's go to Mr. Joseph Stephen. Mr. Joseph Stephen, you still have question?
Emir.
I have a question,
Please confirm
sir.
you can hear me, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question. Good evening.
Yeah, sorry. Let's just keep calm. Everybody will be given a privilege. So, Mr. Joseph, now, can you ask your question?
Okay, sir. So my question,
Mr. Joseph, are you there? Okay.
We can't hear you.
Mr. Joseph,
Hello,
can you be
can someone
audible?
hear me?
No, we
Network
can't hear
is
you, sir.
network is bad.
Yes, please. Oh,
It's raining
Hello,
here.
can someone hear me from here? Hello?
No, I don't think. Okay, Mr. Joseph, I guess your
Hello?
network is
Me, I
bad. We'll
can,
come back to
me, I
you.
can hear everybody. I think it's Mr. Joseph's network.
I
Because me, I
Yeah,
can
can
hear
see
Mr.
you
Joseph.
everybody.
clearly, sir.
No reception, yeah.
Hello?
Okay, fine now. It's okay, Mr. Joseph. If you can't, if your network is okay, you can talk. But if it's not, let's move on to the next
Yes,
person.
I can hear you,
Hello?
sir. I can hear you, sir. My
Hello,
question
can
is
someone hear me?
in regards to dummy tickets to back up our
Let me
visa
tell you,
application. How
excuse me,
can we go
please.
about it, sir?
Can we
Okay.
stop,
To have a ticket that is verified to back up visa application.
hello? Please, can we all mute our
Yeah.
mics so that the person talking should be the only one that his mic should be on.
Okay,
If we
yeah.
don't do
You're
that,
talking
we will not
about
hear
getting a
ourselves. The
verified
network is
ticket.
not good. So let's help ourselves so that we don't waste the whole of this time and we are not getting value for what we are here for. Mute your mics. When is your turn? When you talk, you off the mic. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Can I ask a question?
Please
Now
mute
hold
your
on.
mic.
Hold on. Okay, now, Mr. Joseph, now you can actually get a verified dummy ticket for.
Hello.
Yeah, can we just mute our mic? I think Mr. Joseph just asked a question. Mr. Joseph, talking about a verified dummy ticket, a verified ticket you can use for visa application. Yes, you can get that. Just reach out to the facilitators that will guide you on that, including hotels. So if you also want to get a verified hotel reservation, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Please go on.
Yeah, so
We
if
can
you
hear
want
you.
to get a verified dummy ticket for visa application as well as hotels, you can just reach out to the facilitators. They will guide you on how to go about that. In a few minutes to an hour, you'll get yourself a verified airline ticket that you can also check on the airline website as well as the hotels as well. Thanks so much. If that answers your question, let's move on to Mrs. Choma. Mrs. Choma, can you ask your question now?
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
You're most welcome, ma.
Yeah, thanks so much for the class. Is making sense, but I didn't join on time though. Maybe on one or few occasions, there's a place you are showing about how to add another baggage. I didn't see that. Then my major question is this white label. How much is it? Then,
Okay, now talking about the adding of luggage, I never got to say that because that will be taught in a different class on the B2B API. But that will be only for persons who are actually onboarded for the transfer white label. And because of the white label, will be communicated to us by the facilitators. So the facilitators will communicate that maybe at the end of today's class in our various groups, telling us the course on how to go about the registration. So I don't know if that answers your question now.
okay, then what the visa guide and all that? Is it also another different payment on it, or does it all involve in the white label payment? I don't know.
No, the white label is all about ticketing. For travel complexities and intricacies, I think it's a different section which the facilitator will bring our way. Because the set before this one has actually taken all of the courses. Because it's just like a course model. So first you start with ticketing and hotel reservations before we move to the complexities. Then there's still another intermediate level where you will learn other intricacies and how to handle complex situations as regarding the traveling space, and also how you as an individual so can become a licensed immigration lawyer or even a licensed IATA facilitator. But all of that in a bit will actually be brought our way by the facilitators. When the facilitators bring that our way, we'll get to have explicit knowledge or idea of how the totality of that works. Thanks so much. So let's move on to Akin Lalu.
Good evening, everyone. I thank you for the lecture. Now, my question is, I want to know your address in Ibadan. That's one. And number two, if there's going to be a video clip of everything captured so that we can revise and, assimilate easy.
Okay, now, and thanks so much to that. Now to the video clip, there will be video clip. Yes. Now, in talking about our address in Ibadan, we are actually located in the following places. We are located in Ring Road in Ibadan. We are located in Bodija in Ibadan. We are located in Dubai in Ibadan. We are located in Ele in Ibadan, and also in Jericho in Ibadan. So just read out the facilitators. All of the business address in Ibadan will be shared with you, so you can visit any of our offices. Does that answer your question, please?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Akinlalu, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're most welcome. So let's move on to Ben
Hello?
Great. Ben Great, if you can hear me, can you ask your question, please?
Afternoon.
Ben Great, can you hear me? Okay, let's move on to Mr. Lukman.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay,
Good
Ben Great
evening,
is
sir.
available now. Okay, evening to you. Good day, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the
Different
audience.
class on the B2B API, but that will be only for persons who are actually onboarded for the Transfer White Label. And the cost of the white label will be communicated to us by the facilitators. So the facilitators will communicate that maybe at the end of today's class in our various groups, telling us the cost on how to go about the registration. So I don't know if that answers your question now.
Okay, then what the visa guide and all that, is it also another different payment on it, or does it all involve in the white label payment? I don't know.
No, the white label is all about ticketing. For travel complexities and intricacies, I think it's a different section which the facilitator will bring our way. Because the set before this one has actually taken all of the courses. Because it's just like a course mode. So first you start with ticketing and hotel reservations before we move to the complexities. Then there's still another intermediate level where you will learn other intricacies and how to handle complex situations as regarding the traveling space. And also how you as an individual so can become a licensed immigration lawyer or even a licensed IATA facilitator. But all of that in a bit will actually be brought our way by the facilitators. When the facilitators bring that our way, we'll get to have explicit knowledge or idea of how the totality of that works. Thanks so much. So let's move on to Akinlalu.
Good evening, everyone. I thank you for the lecture. Now, my question is, I want to know your address in Ibadan. That's one. And number two, if there's going to be a video clip of everything captured so that we can revise and, assimilate easy.
Okay, now, and thanks so much to that now. Now, to the video clip, there will be video clip, yes. Now, in talking about our address in Ibadan, we are actually located in the following places. We are located in Ring Road in Ibadan. We are located in Bodija in Ibadan. We are located in Dubai in Ibadan. We are located in Ele in Ibadan, and also in Jericho in Ibadan. So just read out the facilitators. All of the business address in Ibadan will be shared with you, so you can visit any of our offices. Does that answer your question, please?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Akinlalu, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're most welcome. So let's move on to Ben
Hello?
Great. Ben Great, if you can hear me, can you ask your question, please?
Afternoon.
Ben Great, can you hear me? Okay, let's move on to Mr. Lukman.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay,
Good
Ben Great
evening,
is
sir.
available now. Okay, evening to you. Good day, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the audience you granted me last night.
You're
And
most welcome, sir.
I want to appreciate you for the big enlightenment you are giving to us. It's quite impactful to us. Thank you very much. And I want to say thank you to the organizers of this program. I want to ask,
You're
you
most
said
welcome.
Yeah?
after three times sales of flight tickets, a particular
Say,
package will be given to us. Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. Yeah, I can hear you.
You made mention of that after three times sales of sales of tickets, flight tickets, a particular package will be given to that person. My question is that with the sales, must the sales be international? What about if it's local? Maybe I sold a ticket from Abuja to Lagos 3 times. Will I still be qualified for that package? Must it be international sales?
Okay,
Hello, sir.
that's a good question.
Very
Yeah, I
good
can hear
question.
you. The sales here is actually the sales is not international. It can be local or international. Just 3 sales of ticket, whether local or international. So
Okay.
that avails you to also stand a chance to be given the free IATA TIDS.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome, sir. Okay, let's move on to the next person. And the next person on the list is Mr. Lukman.
Good evening. Good evening, house.
Yeah,
Thank you
greetings to
very
you,
much for
sir.
the
Greetings.
lecture. It has been a great lecture which I've been
You're most
listening
welcome,
to.
sir.
But I just want to ask some little question about IATA. The registration, which you have promised
Okay.
us that the organizer will give us. That's one part of it. Then the other part of it is the visa stuff that you said if anybody have any issue with it, he can contact you. I don't know, maybe the organizer will organize that one for us to ask any question with it, because I do usually do visa for people. But when you have given us the guideline of reaching you anytime we need your assistance, maybe the financial part of it, the documentation part of it, I don't know, maybe the organizer will link us to you to reach you anytime we need to reach you. It's not even a question, but a request. That's my own part of it.
Okay, now thanks so much to that. Now, first and foremost, now, first, I think if you get to attend the visa class, that will answer most part of your questions, and you'll be given some countries' visa bibles from the immigration perspective. So, what are some? You'll be given a guide or a Bible. We call it the Bible. For instance, for Canada, you'll be given the Canada Bible, where you see all information you need as to getting Canada visas, either for temporary or permanent residents, and how to go about them. So I believe the organizers will be fair and kind enough to still bring our way the section on that. So when that section is organized, just feel free to participate. So when you participate, you get all of the informations.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
You're most welcome, sir. You're most welcome.
I'm still
So
raising
the
my
next
hand,
person yeah, you will. So now, can Mrs. Florence ask a question now?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, greetings
Good
to you,
evening,
ma'am.
everybody.
Yeah, I can
thank
hear
you
Greetings
for
to
what
you,
you are doing. Thank you for
ma'am.
this training. Well, I'm feeling very bad that I joined this platform, this very one, the team. I joined it late because I've been looking for the passcode and the ID. So I'm glad I entered at last. What I want to ask is this. I have a registered business name that I want to operate to tour and to travel and tour. So I learned I need to have 30 million share capital. Is there any service you are rendering to do that for us, to help us
Okay.
register these company names? You get me? And I want to know, according to the person that is handling it for me, he told me that I have to get
Okay, now.
proficiency certificate by IATA. Proficiency certificate by IATA, but it needs to be uploaded. Are you giving us a certificate, a proficiency certificate by IATA?
Okay, now great. Now, thanks so much for that question. Now, first, now the facilitators also help out with CAC registration, be it travels or for other businesses. And beyond that, also outside that, they also help you to get a business bank account in your business name. So that service is actually rendered. And talking about the proficiency, you don't need proficiency to actually register for a traveling business, right? You don't actually need any proficiency from IATA. Once you are able to sign up or convert your business for the 30 million share capital. And when you say 30 million share capital, it doesn't mean you should have 30 million. The share capital there is just the total amount of shares you should buy for the business. And 1 million share capital is 20,000 naira. So 30 million share capital is 600,000. So it simply means when you're coming for the registration, the 30 million share capital there means 600,000 Nigerian naira because 1 million share capital is 20,000 Nigerian naira. So reach out to the facilitators. You'll be guided on that as well as other services that comes with it. And you don't need any proficiency certificate to register for it.
So
Traveling.
I need to have about 600,000 naira to register for the business name,
Yeah,
for the company name.
the 600,000 is just the share capital. No, that is just 30 million.
But that's not what I'm paying.
But there are other
No.
services like the name said. Okay. If that does not answer your question, can you like rephrase your question again, please?
I said, but he said 600,000. Is that what I'm going to pay for the registration of the business name? Is it that much?
No, what I'm saying is the 600,000 is the 30 million share capital equivalent, right? But you know, outside the share capital, there are still other registrations that will be done on your behalf. And for we not to be labeled the class because the class will be ending in about 8 minutes. That's why I said when you reach out to the facilitators, they will guide you on what you need and they will help you with the registration.
Okay. Meanwhile, can I know where is your office in Lagos? If I want to meet one or two facilitators to put me through some things, you get me? Because I joined this platform late, and the training on colors, this site I'm seeing here, I didn't get the training very well. I didn't get anything on it very well. So I want to be taken personally. Here, meet your facilitator in Lagos here.
Okay,
I'm in Lagos, in Korodu to be precise.
Okay, now, okay, thanks so much to that. Just reach out to the facilitators. All information regarding address, contact persons, and even if you want a one-on-one discourse, and facilitators will engage and arrange for that. Can you hear me now? Hello, Mark, can you hear me? Okay, let's move on to the next person.
Can I ask my last question? Can I ask my last question before we end the class?
Okay, but don't worry, you'll be given opportunity. I'll hear everybody question and answer
I
them.
just
Certainly,
want to ask
even if
my
our time
last
elapses.
question.
Okay, ask your question.
Okay, sir. I wanted to find out for you to have the white label. Must you have 30 million shares,
Okay,
or
Mark.
you can just have your normal CAC? That's question number one. Then question number two, because I have 2 million shares. I have just 2 million shares. I don't have travels and tours on my because for you to have travel and tours on your CAC, you have to go for like 30 million shares. but I don't have that. Then my second question is, we need we need a residing office here for you guys in Lagos, because we know that the platform, we need to have like physical class for them to put us through, because for to book tickets you have to be very careful. So it's not just having online classes. We need like a physical class to be able to be on that platform so that you don't book tickets wrongly. So that's my final question.
Okay, now thanks so much. Now, first to your question. Now, any CAC can apply for the white label, whether
Okay,
million capital shares,
okay,
1
okay.
million, 30, 300 million now. And talking about understanding ticketing and the rules, there will be a subsequent class after this one for that.
Okay, sir. Physical
Before
class,
please before
please.
your set, who are actually undertaking the ticketing course. Okay, just reach out to the facilitators because at the time I'm not in Nigeria as we speak. So reach out to the
Okay, sir.
facilitators. All information that's regarding
Okay,
physical
sir.
class will be dispatched.
Okay, sir.
Thanks
Okay,
so
sir.
much.
Okay, sir.
Let's
Please, I want
move
to.
on to Mr. William.
Please,
Everybody will
can I?
talk. William, choose. Can you ask your question, please? You'll be given
Please,
opportunity to talk. Just wait. I'll get to you, ma'am. William Chooks, are you there? Okay, I guess it's not there. Let's move to Wasil Nefisat. Can
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, good
Wasil
evening.
Nefisat
Yes, thank you for the class, but
come on board?
sorry, I got to join the class late and I
Okay,
don't think
sorry,
I.
William Chooks is around. Mrs. Wasil, just hold a bit now. William Chooks, your question.
Good evening. Please, I'm in Enugu. I'm in
Yeah, good
Southeast.
evening, sir.
Yeah, where can I get to your office in the Southeast? Is there any place that you people have an office in the Southeast,
Yeah, I
like
can hear
Enugu
you.
here?
Okay.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
No, it currently we're Southeast, but maybe in the long future, it's part of our plan to start.
I just came in now. I just came back from work.
Sorry, William Chooks, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I say currently we're not in the southeast, but we do hope to be in the southeast some sooner or later. But at the time now, you can still carry all of your activities directly with us. Reach out to the facilitators for all information that's touching that. I don't know if that
Okay.
helps.
Okay. No, there's no problem. I've heard what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Let's move on to Mrs. Wasil Nefisat.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sorry, I got to join the class late, and when you're talking about white label or IOTA license, sorry, I did not get that part. Okay, me as a new ticket agent, did I have my own website before I would sell out any tickets, or like, sorry, I don't get. That's my question. Sorry.
That. Now,
Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me? Before he comes up, I think he's battling with network. Can you all
us,
hear me?
NDC, the LCC, and the GDS.
Okay.
GDS, people can visit your website. Can you hear me, ma'am?
No, I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, now first, now you don't need a IATA to issue tickets. We are holding a global IATA license, so our license covers you. So in that case now, regardless where you are, once you come on board on our white label program, you can issue your own ticket using our own license. That's one. Now, secondly, now the essence of the white label is for you to have a website that people can visit from any part of the world. Do you get that now? So in any part of the world, clients can actually visit your website and issue. That actually simplifies the process. Unlike JDS that is offline, people unless people come to your office or business area, you can't sell tickets. But on our own platform, people don't have to visit your office. People can buy tickets from any part of the world in any currency and in any language. And all of that will be done using your own website. And the only requirement you need to come on board is just a business CAC. It could be any CAC at all. And if you don't have CAC and you intend to actually get to have one, you can reach out to the facilitators. They'll still get you onboarded while they help out with your CAC. So I don't know if that answers your question, ma'am. Does that answer your question, please?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, you're most welcome. So let's move on to Shitu. Shitu, your question now.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, you're most welcome, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, I want to apologize because I came in late. But from all the answers you've been giving, I've been able to, understand one or two things. My question is, I want to ask if you have office in Abuja. If you have
Okay, yeah, at
office
the
in
time now.
Abuja.
Okay, great. Now that's a good one. At the time, we are still setting up our office in Abuja, but you can reach out to the facilitator for that because we are just at the time we got into Abuja, so we are still setting up and all.
Okay.
But if you want
So,
explicit information on that, just reach out to the facilitator. You'll be guided adequately on that. I don't know if that answers your question.
okay. Then one more thing. I hope this meeting there will be a video we can, go back and watch so that we can understand, like those of us that came in late because of one or two excuses, so that we
No
can go
problem.
back.
The class is recorded, and after this section, you can still go back and watch.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much, mom.
Welcome.
Okay, without much ado, let's move on to the next person. And the next person on the list is Mr. Steven. Day Steven, so you can just ask your question, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good
You're
evening,
most
everyone.
welcome.
Okay. My question, can you hear me?
Sure, I can hear you, sir.
My question is about fare. It's under
Okay.
faring. So my question is, when checking fares, there are some destinations that you cannot just give out to clients. You must confirm
Yeah,
maybe
you're right.
those destinations.
Because
Maybe
of
those
transit
destinations.
and all.
Yes. So I want you to please share more light on those kind of destinations, so that when we are checking fares, we won't just give out fare, and we won't at the end of the day we'll now start having issue about visa and all these transit matters. So that is my
Okay.
question.
Okay, thanks so
Yeah.
much to that. Okay, beyond this class, there's actually a section on that, and there's also a PDF material. There's a fair Bible on that. So that will be
Oh,
communicated. So I believe with the Bible, you can actually get all the fair rules for all the locations and get to know all that applies for any destination.
okay. All right. Thank you very
So
much.
I don't know
That
if
is
that answers your question. Yeah, thanks so much.
yes.
So we'll be moving
Yes.
to Mr. Olu Sheun, Olu Jimmy. I don't know. Olu Jimmy, if you're there, can you ask your question, please? Olu Jimmy, are you there? I guess the person is
Please,
not
can
there. So let's move into. There's this person called meeting guest. Number 8, meeting guest. If you are there, can you ask your question?
I mean, the person is absent.
Yeah, I guess the person is not there. Okay, Stephen Thompson, can you ask your question, please?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Let me say so far, I really appreciate what I've been going on. Uh,
You most welcome.
quite insightful. I'm quite impressed. But I want to ask about the CAC that you talked about earlier. If, for instance, I'm
Okay.
working with a friend in an office, and the CAC does not bear my name, though, but I can use the CAC and the company's name as a company's name, and also the account details of the company. Is it possible for me to? Is it going to work like that?
Sure, it will. It's possible. You can once you have a CAC, any CAC and any business name will work. So it will work, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks so much. So you most welcome. So Mrs. Beatrice, can you ask your question now? Mrs. Beatrice, your question.
We'll move
Good
to the
evening,
next
everyone,
person.
and thank you for this section. Although I will say I missed everything because I joined late, but I've been listening to the question and answers, and I'm getting like some insights.
Okay.
Then I'm just curious. I just want to know, like, on a regular, once I try booking flights, like comparing prices, at a point I get to see that I'm no longer like eligible to check others any flights. Like my account will be either suspended or they will tell me that no information available. I'm just curious, if I later become like an agent, does it also applies to agent or is just an individual stuff?
Okay, now I think it's an agent stuff, but in this case now, when you're on board on a white label, you are not an agent. Rather, other agents will be signing up with you. What you'll be getting is you'll be having full autonomy to sell tickets like an independent body. So you decide the fare, you decide how much the commission you give to your agent, or that people are partnering with you, as well as what will be on the ticket and all. So you'll be having 100% autonomy on the system. So nobody can log you off, nobody can flag your account, or nobody can place an embargo on you. It's your platform, it's your system with total 100% control. So that is just what applies, man. So I don't know if that answers your question. Okay, let's move on to Fadare. Sorry if I didn't get to pronounce your name correctly. Apologies to that. Fadare, if you can hear me, can you ask your questions, please?
Yes, thank you, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you
Hello,
loud
sir.
and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
His
Great, I
name
can
is,
hear you.
yeah. Thank you. The name is Fadari.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fadare, thanks so much for the
Yeah.
correction.
Thank you, sir. So what this is not a question. This is like a request. I want to ask:
Okay.
is it possible for somebody to have just like a training, maybe like, I don't know how to say it. Somebody should have maybe a week or 2 weeks training in any of your outlets, just to do
Yeah,
a
it's possible.
practical stuff.
Yeah, to have one. Okay, now let me get to iterate by saying this now. The physical outlet and all is an added advantage, but 1,001 people have actually passed through the similar sections like you, and all of them have actually started their own businesses and they are doing pretty well. There are several sections outside this one. This is just a preliminary, kind of an interlude to the overview of what it entails. So I believe this is just the first class. Subsequent and more other classes to take will actually give you a very wider overview and well-broadened knowledge on how the totality of the system applies. But in the case you actually still want physical aid or a one-on-one training and all, just reach out to the facilitators. Trust me, you'll be given that privilege to participate. So, Mr. Fadari, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thanks so much. So let's move on to Fejiri. If you can hear me, can you please? Fejiri. Fejiri, are you there?
Hello, good evening, all. Yes, I'm here with you. Good evening, all. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am,
Good
I can
evening,
hear you.
all.
Yeah, evening, ma'am.
Yeah. I enjoyed the section. Although this is the first one, but I enjoyed it. I've been listening to all the questions, practical questions I have in mind the answer. But I still just want to ask one. I have a CAC registered business and license business. But the name there is a farm's name. Can it still go for travel work like this? This is one of the questions.
Okay.
I have a registered business. It's a farm registered CAC limited.
Okay.
Registered under limited. But wanting to venture into this travel agent work, can that name still go, or what can I do with that distance?
Okay, thanks so much to that. Yeah. Now, first down to the view. For you to sign up for a white label, any CAC will work. You need any CAC, whether it's for agricultural purposes or you registered for jewelries, general merchandise, electronics, you can still come on board. I don't know if that answers your question, ma'am.
Yes. And
okay.
I'm clear.
Okay, so
thank you.
Richard Brown, can you ask your question?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Greetings all.
Yeah, greetings to you too.
All right, thank you so much for the class. I really do appreciate, and I have a question concerning CAC. So my question is, if I have a CAC I'm using for a gas business, for instance, a gas plant, then I want to go into the traveling stuff, and can I still use, although you've answered similar question that we can use any CAC, but maybe after a while I want to make it I want to change the CAC I used to apply. That's the a gas plant CAC, registered CAC. I want to change it. I don't know if your organization is allowed to do so for us, or that want to just start with what we have now. Maybe we just want to start with you people. We want to partner with you people. We want to start for now at the moment instead of registering another CAC. You get me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
do.
will we to change to another business name or maybe CAC name? I don't know how to put it. Thank you.
Okay, now great. Now, when you have a different CAC after you have come on board, you can change to any CAC. It's fine. We allow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any option for that, or is strictly free or something?
It's free. As long as you are part of the white label program and you decide to change your name, we'll still help you out on that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
All right.
So can Mrs. Shukurat ask a question?
Good evening, everyone. Really,
Yeah,
I came
greetings
late
to you.
for the meeting, but I just came.
Okay.
I'm nearing white label store. Okay, I have a business name registered. I have a limited and I have normal business name. After finishing, assuming now I want to register for the white label, what are the costs apart from CAC? What is the cost?
Okay,
Or
now
is it
because we
totally free?
communicate, no, the white label is not free. The facilitators will communicate that for you. But one thing I'm so
Okay.
certain is because the white label is sold for $500, but for those who are participating, there will be massive discounts. So just reach out to the facilitators, will be guided, and you can pay in Nigerian naira. But I'm sure there will be massive discounts. Just reach out to the facilitators.
Okay, thank you. That was just what I need
Yeah,
to know.
that's okay. So I think the last person on the list is Florence. So, Mrs. Florence, just ask your question. That is the last, then we'll wrap it
Hello,
all up.
good evening once again.
Okay, greetings.
Please, I want to ask you something. I have a business name. It's an enterprise. You get me? And I would like
Okay.
to upgrade it to a limited liability so I can use it for this ticketing. Can you do it for me to
Well, the
upgrade it for?
facilitators, yeah, the facilitators can help you upgrade that. So just reach out to the facilitators on this. They will upgrade it to a limited liability company from a business name, ma'am.
Is it for free?
And reach out to the facilitators. It's the service they render, so I can't actually tell until you reach out to them, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. So I think with this, we'll be bringing the class to the section to a close. And I will be bringing it all up to a close now. So, but I think there's the last hand.
Sorry, can I
Messi, can
quickly
you
say
ask your
something?
question? Okay,
I
Mr.
thought you
Akinlalu,
said
you are still
Please,
there.
can I say something?
Okay, please do.
Yeah, I'm here. Please,
Okay,
I
please
want
do.
to know if we can go to your outlet in Ibadan to have an IT stuff, like an IT stuff, where we can practicalize all this stuff and all these things that are taught us. We go to the outfit, we go there with our laptop, or maybe there's a desktop, where we try and sell tickets so that we can practicalize and master it for, say, a week, 2, or more, a month, before we now get on our own. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Now, let me also add to this. As many that will be coming on board on the white label, there will be a free section on how to use the white label as well as the API. So I just want to believe when you come on board on the white label, after those free 2 sections, you should be able to have total mastery on how to use it. But if there will be need for physical training, then we'll make provisions available for that. So, Mr. Kilalo, I don't know if that answers
Thank
your
you.
question.
Yes. Thank you so much. It does.
Okay, so the last person here is Messi Charlie. Can you just ask your question, then we bring it to a close?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're
Please,
most welcome.
you said there will be a visa class. I want to know when is that, whether it will still be on this platform or it will be on another platform. Then secondly, please, I want to ask, when is this video going to be sent to us? Because I came in late. I just want to know. Thank you.
Okay, now first to the visa class, the facilitators will get back to you on the group on that. The video will also be shared on the group in the next possible 24 hours.
Okay, please, the visa class will be how much, or is them that will decide that?
Just the facilitator will decide that here.
Oh, okay. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much, Mar. Okay, thanks so much. I think that'll be all for today. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. So I'll be leaving the floor now to the facilitator. Thanks so much.
You're most
All right.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Kudos to you. And nobody won
Thank you
our
very much, sir.
free white label.
Thank you very much, sir.
In the last class, 5 people got it, and this class, nobody. What
Thank you,
happened?
sir.
Okay. Before I leave now, the facilitator said I should give the white label to some people for free.
One
Okay,
person.
I'll be giving
We're waiting.
One
giving
person.
just
Thank
one
you, sir.
person the white label for free. Just one person.
Just one.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
That's not enough.
Well,
Right? That's
who is
not
going to be the lucky person? Oh,
Okay, now
Oh,
so the choice is just
random picking.
yeah, it's not going to be a random pick. I'll ask a question.
good.
Please
That'll
let
be
me
If I
better.
ask
see.
the question,
what about we that we came late? How do we know the question, sir? Hey,
okay, I will give two people now for free. So that those that come late, but make sure you know it, you can participate.
ah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice. Thank you.
that's nice.
Two is a small number.
Thank
Ah, two is
you.
not
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay, now
Some
this is the
space for all of
question.
us.
Nice.
That are two people.
This is the question. The question is if IATA is the body regulating airline travels, who regulates IATA? I think those are possible questions that should be asked if I was to be a student. Okay, you say IATA, okay, they are International Air Transport Association, blah blah blah, headquarters in Montreal, executive offices in Geneva, all of those. Okay, who are the people who regulate IATA? If you know that, one free white label, and if two people have the answers, two free white labels. And don't
United
joke
Nations.
though, because if you
AC.
go, I will ask questions after
Nata.
that.
Nata. Nata.
Oh, that's so funny.
United Nations.
Nanta. Nanta is just local. Nanta is
Please,
from
this is not
Nigeria. It's just
acceptable.
national
Put
of
your
Nigeria travel agent.
correct answer is not
Gbogbo wa
accepted.
pátápátá everybody you should give everybody the
Everybody.
right.
Give us up, give all of us. So
Give all of us.
Everybody
My hand
answer
is
now.
up, sir. My hand is
What
up.
stop
There are
us?
50 persons. If I give all of you, I will come back to meet you guys in Nigeria, and I don't want to do that. I'll be fired.
Yes, give all
Yes,
of
mute
us.
your mic.
All of us.
Talk.
They answer the question.
And that's what I'm saying. There are 52 persons now. If I should give 52 persons, I will stick out with it means I'll be coming back to meet you people with Tinubu, and I don't want to do that. So let me just
Speak
do where I am. I
yourself.
only give two persons. I don't
you
want
want
to
to
do
give
that.
us
Don't
the
I can ask another question.
don't ask a difficult question so that we can get it.
Ask another
Father
Okay,
question.
now.
Olumuyiwa, ICAO,
I can answer the
International
question,
Civil
sir. I
Aviation
can answer the question,
Organization.
sir.
Okay, now who is saying
Father
that?
Olumuyiwa, International Civil Aviation Organization.
Okay, now
Father
Father Ray,
Olumuyiwa.
wait, Father Ray, I cow, you got
Ol-
it. But something tells me you Googled. Can you
Thank
just tell me where I
you,
cow is located?
Go good it too.
sir.
What?
I can't
Father
hear
Ray,
you.
wait, you got it. The ICAO regulates IATA. IATA is the
Yes.
global body, but there are people who check IATA for checks and balances.
Ask another question, sir. Ask another question.
Okay,
Thank
I
you,
think
thank
because
you.
of the
Sir, I can answer your question.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you,
so
sir.
this is what will happen now. Because of the limited time I have, because I also have to go, I've exhausted my recess period. So I'll be leaving the floor to the organizer. The organizer will just pick at random and send the list to me. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. And
You're
God
welcome.
bless. God bless you.
I got
Goodness.
it. Oh my God. I
Thank you.
got it.
Is it get
yeah,
anything?
but before I go, Father Ray should be leaving. Father Ray has qualified. So Mr. Father Ray has the white label for free. So the organizer should just give
Hey,
it.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome so much. So Father
Thank
Ray,
you.
you have the
Thank you, sir.
white label. Yeah, welcome. So the
Thank you,
organizer should just
sir.
give out. You're welcome, Mark. The organizer should just give out to one free person. Thanks so much, and bye, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Can we
Bye,
mute our
everyone.
mics?
Thank you.
I understand how happy you are. Mute your mics. All right, thank you so much. I know it was a great time. Then I heard all your questions, and then the next class that will be coming up, which is the next level to this one, we are going to send the flyer, and you are going to get the information in the different groups where you join this class. Yes, so we'll post that flyer. It's not expensive. You know, one thing that we do is we try to give people the opportunity by empowering them to start something. The truth is that things are not easy, and that's the reason. And for the white label, okay, is it Miss Badare or Badare? Which class did you join from? Is
But
it from Gamma's class or the lecture room?
Everybody just dey talk.
hello,
Hello, Fatari. Yeah.
yeah,
Is it from
I'm with
GPA
you.
class or from lecture room?
We can't hear you.
From the lecture
Hello,
room.
can you hear me? Okay, the lecture room.
From the lecture room.
All right.
Yes.
All right then. So we will throw the last one to GPA class. The second person should be coming from
I didn't
GPA
get that.
class. Okay. If you join this class through GTA Gamma Academy or you join through the lecture room, which one?
I joined
We have
through
two
the
from
lecture room.
the lecture room. Okay, you are in Kuzang lecture room, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So the second person will be thrown. The opportunity will be thrown to GTA class. So you get back to
That's our
GPA
class.
class,
So
and then so you go and lobby yourself there, and let me just. All I need is the name of the person that has.
Network is very bad.
All right.
Not very
Okay.
thank you, Mama. Go to our class.
You're welcome.
I
Please
think
let
you
me.
We
on our
can't hear you.
platform.
Hello. Can you
Hello.
hear me now? Can
Yes.
you
No, we
hear
can't
me?
hear you. Network is very bad.
Where you go?
It's
The
raining here.
network
Everyone
is really poor.
talking.
We are around, and I will make this recording available so that
Network is
everybody
totally
will be
breaking.
able to listen again. Sorry about that. It rained all through in Abuja today since morning, so that's why a lot of
Oh,
people couldn't
no
even join.
wonder.
From back home.
The rain has stopped in Lagos. No wonder. It's still
Yeah.
raining. That's why
So that,
it's
It has
breaking.
been raining
all
here
right.
since
So
this morning.
Yeah, the network is a very
that's our network. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next training offers the visa, the proof of funds, the immigration law. Can we mute our mics, please, so that we can hear ourselves? It will be posted very
Let's
soon.
start.
Then that
You
yes,
can
and
send it
then
to
for
us
those that
that we see all the information.
yes, it will
Send
be
it to our
posted. As all right. Then for those that will be getting the IATA, we are going to discuss that together, and then let's see how much discounts we can bring out from the 500,000. I know it's not easy to get 500,000, and our vision in Kuzan Global is to empower people. So we are going to look at it and see what the company can do for all. Let's see how we can get a lot of people empowered with just a little amount. So we are going to get that discount, and it will be posted in your various classes. Everyone that wants, then for CSC, if you want to do, please let me know. Okay, can we hear me now? For CSC registration,
Yeah.
if you are
yes,
interested in
yes.
CSC registration, all right, if you are interested to get yourself registered, you know, it's very dangerous for you to be using a name you have not registered until when you are already known with that name and you now want to register it to be your trademark, only for you to get there and check it has already been registered. So that is the danger of starting a business without registering it. But and then somebody also asked a question of once if you can use a friend CAC. Well, it depends on your agreement. It depends on what you want. But I will advise that you get yours. There is peace and joy in having your own. That's my policy. So if you can, Why not? Why not just get yours? You understand? And then for CSC, what you need is limited liability company for you to be able to enjoy
That's
all the registration, not just a business name. Yes, if you have a business name, you can actually enroll with the white label. But for other things like IATA and all that, at least it's good you have limited liability company. And just as he has explained, you can actually get this done while you are in the process of registration. So we do that also for a fee. We do that for a fee. So you can just reach out to us and then we will do that for you from whichever class you came from. You will be attended. So I will make please
so.
make
How much
if
is the CSC?
okay, that will be sent to your class, please. All right, then for the recordings, we are going to make it available. Let's say in the next 24 hours, the link should be ready in our different classes so that you can go back. And then that last class, if you have listened to that one and watch it and then join this, I believe you won't have any issue. And then for those that will be coming up on the white label, we are still going to give you some recorded videos that you watch, and then we will also organize another class where you'll be trained properly, where you can open your own system. As he's teaching, you are opening your own and following. So I believe even without the physical contact, you should be able to follow. I know you can because all the people we have onboarded, except one person that needed attention physically and which we were able to provide for her. We were able to make that available. Somebody has been attending to her till date. So it's not an issue at all. For the Abuja office, it will soon be ready, very soon, very, very soon. So let's just keep anticipating as we empower ourselves. And then when you get this done, please don't just slack. Make sure you use it. Make sure you use it. And I know that all of us will be happy at the end. So with this, we are going to bring this class to a close and give me
Please,
24 hours. Okay.
please, how about the certificate?
For
Yes. That's question.
The
the certificate
certificate.
for this course.
Certificate?
For the
Yes.
course, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. We are going to drop a link where you can just take a short test. It's just a test of knowledge. It's not something much. It's just multiple questions. Once you're done with that, you post your email and your full name, how you should be on the certificate, and your email, because your certificate will be sent to your emails.
Okay.
The certificate will be sent to your email. So you take the short test and then now certificate is not really our concern in this industry. What we want is people to get knowledge. I know so many of us have more
Yeah.
than 20 certificate or 50 certificates and you are doing nothing with it. Ordinary paper that is easily littering our house. So
It's
get
the
get
knowledge. The knowledge that we
get
need,
the
not the
knowledge.
certificate.
Get the knowledge. Yes, certificate will be available because when you are
Yeah.
looking for a job, it was like, okay, yeah, in theory, present a certificate that show that you actually know that thing. So that will be available. So we'll send those certificates. You'll take a short test for that and then you get your certificate in your emails. So
Okay.
that's
Okay. Thank you.
yes. So that will be done. If it's not possible to post the link this night, that will be tomorrow morning, please, so that we
Tomorrow.
can in the morning, so that we
Thank you.
can let give us time to just go through. I think I dropped the material. Please go through it. God
Ex-
bless you.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. Oh, you see, you are going to drop it in the morning. For some of us that are going to office early in the morning, later, I think later we can answer the question.
You, you can always
Yeah.
leave it the evening.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
You're
This is
welcome.
how we keep. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So keep communicating. We will get you on the white label.
Thank you.
The three people
That
to
white
get
level is very important too. I need it.
get the
Yes, sir.
just give us the
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you have
You,
done.
you have not answered any
Yeah.
question. You say you want white label. How can they give to you? Where you no answer question?
Ready?
Can we do
Shows
the
you no answer
IPC?
question. Why should they give you the white label?
The white
well,
level,
Can
you
we
need
do
to
the
give
IPC?
me one. You need to give
You
me
don't answer
one.
question. How can they give you? No, they cannot give you. You don't
Sorry,
answer
but
any
which
You
question.
can
one?
All
Just to
right.
Ask
give me
only
one.
one question.
Try
Then I can ask.
The white
Just
label.